So for the most part of last week, we read the book of Chronicles. We read a few chapters there, and what it was really telling us was about the kings of Israel, the ones that did well, the ones that didn't do too well, and all that. Then we read the book of Joel. The book of Joel is just 3 chapters, but very interesting. In chapter 1, God said what was going to happen to the children of Israel. And he was telling them that the only way out was for them to go on a fast. And I want to believe that they did go on that fast. Because in chapter 2, God actually encourages them and there was a restoration. And he said everything they had lost and much more, God gave it to them. So it means that they actually did what God asked them to do. But Joel chapter 2 verse 32 is an assurance that when we call on God, he always hears us and he listens to us. And that he encourages us to call on God because he said when we call, he will answer. Then we read the book of Isaiah as well. In Isaiah chapter 1 verse 8, he says, "Come, let us reason together." Can you imagine God asking us to come, that he wants to reason with us? So which means God is ready to hear what we have to say. So let's go to God in prayer and reason with God. In chapter 7 verse 14, that's actually a prophecy about the birth of Jesus. So for those people that think the Old Testament is gone, they don't have to do anything in it, even the New Testament was spoken about in the Old Testament. Then Isaiah chapter 12 is actually a repeat of one of the Psalms about praising God, about why it's important for us to praise God and all that. And for the most part of this week, we're going to continue to read the book of Isaiah. Isaiah is one book of the Bible that I call loaded. Yes, I call it loaded because he has a lot of prayer points. He has a lot of things to pray about. He has a lot of assurances from God of what he's going to do for us when we call on him and things like that. And so this week, we're actually going to read the book of Isaiah throughout the week. And I encourage you to be a part of it. And I'll see you next week. Have a blessed week.